I'm attempting to set a world record.
Let's go, Chica!
For the most somersaults around the hoop.
Yeah!
In 1 minute by a female. It's important to me to give meaning to my movements, to my character, because my soul is being poured every single night in the best show in the strip. For me, like, circus is like an endless art form. You have to like dive in, be present, and just be in that moment. Becoming an artist is more complex than just a profession. It's a lifestyle. It's like who you are and like the way you take the lead of your life. I am free. I'm who I am, and I have no regrets. I'm an aerialist at the Spiegel tent show Absent in Las Vegas. And I had a career as an aerialist for the last 16, 17 years. I was born and raised in Mexico. I found circus because I was a hippie. I was literally a hippie, and I was going to raves, and I had a friend, she was doing like folklore dance, like Mexican folklore dance, and she invited me to a festival where I saw a group of circus performers that were just like backpacking, and they were doing juggling, and I got really like amazed by it. So I dropped out of school. They called my mom, they were like, your daughter is not coming to school. And it's like, no, she leaves for school every day. And it's like, no, she doesn't make it to school. Meanwhile, I was in the circus tent having the best life. And I started saving up money, and I realized there was a circus school in Montreal that I dreamed of. And I took my dog at the time, Gordy, with me, and I moved to Montreal, not speaking English or French or nothing, just like with a dream. I was doing human statue on the streets to like be able to get money to like live by, you know. And I auditioned for the Quebec Circus School. I auditioned with hoop, but at the time I really wanted to learn straps. The director was like, no, you are tall, you know, like I have long legs, and at the time there was no many girls doing straps. But on my free time, I was going with the third years to try to train straps because I really, really liked them, and I ended up injured, as they were afraid of. And yeah, I had to leave the school. And I was injured for like a year and a half, but I couldn't use my left shoulder anymore. Due to that, I developed an act that it was a single strap act, and the character was a gunslinger based on a Mexican diva from the golden era. Her name is Maria Felix. So she was using the strap kind of as a lasso. I was smoking a cigar, and then it became very popular in Europe, and I was able to get booked in several cabarets, tour internationally, do TV shows, the most prestigious stages of the world. My mom and my family in general, like, is just super upset back then. They are still coming to terms after all these years. I flew her once to London to watch me in a show, and she did not clap. It doesn't make me feel bad, it just makes me laugh in a way. I'm like, oh, she didn't like it, my booty in the air, it's okay. I got back on the hoop because of Spiegel World. When Ross approached me to come to Vegas, I kind of thought I was coming to do straps and stuff, and then they were like, oh, actually, we would like you to do hoop. The old director, he came to London to watch a show I was in. It happened that I was replacing the hoop artist in that show. So I made a hoop act then, and when he watched it, he was like, oh, I love it. I guess that got told to Ross that I was doing a hoop as well. And he's like, we would like you to do hoop. And I was like, oh, great. I mean, I love a challenge, and I love a creative challenge even more. Like with the straps, like, yeah, the spin and everything, but you don't move that much. I was craving to be more of a mover, to like have like a different story to tell with my body as well. So I proposed the character that I'm playing now, that is an Amazonian woman. The way I like to develop my act, I start by who am I playing and why am I playing it. First of all, because that's the female empowerment, and to honor my grandmother that she's native, and all of that for me was really important. From Mexico City, you can see the mountains and the volcano. It's a fairy tale that we know. The mountain looks like a sleeping woman, and she was a princess, she was an Aztec princess. The way I start my act, I'm laying on top of the hoop, and for me, I'm representing the mountain. I am hoping, when it comes from a place of like genuine soul existence, then the connection goes beyond just a show on the strip. The challenge has been great. I'm really enjoying it, besides all the bruises and scratches. Breaking a world record was a great challenge to have to work for me to be able to put my country and my name and everything like high up there. Circus for me is such like an endless art form. You can take it so many ways, but the roots of it is freak show, doing things nobody else can do. I wanted to challenge myself, and it seemed like a great challenge at the time. I was like, yeah, I can do this, like let's work on it. I have to do it for 1 minute, which is crazy. So then I'm just gonna like do every 20 seconds and see how many I can do in 20 seconds and then just improve. The attempt was in February, and I started kind of like my strict training from like September. And the week before, I got COVID.
Let's go, Chico! Let's go! Ay, 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 ay.
That day, I was nervous because I was sick. What if I start coughing in the middle of it? I went into the tent, still just coming out. I think it was the 8th day or the 6th day after COVID. And it was challenging to breathe. It was challenging to like have the stamina for it. I had such beautiful support by Spiegel World. They bought me the clicker, reserving the tent, and everybody was there and filming and like just like being there with me. That it was a great experience. We had so much fun that day. Of course, I had the fear to let them down. You know, I was like, oh, they've been doing all of this, and what if I can do it? I knew I could do it. I was like, I can do it. I can do it. It's a Mexican in me, you know, like we're always like, yeah, we can do this. Like, you just figure it out and just push, push, push.
3, 2, 1, 1 minute!
That night after the record, I felt super excited that I was able to do it, you know, and that I accomplished it. I felt proud about myself. It was worth for me to push and like to set myself the challenge, but it happened. It happened. It's just so cool. And I just have it there where I train, so I will look at it every day when I train. I'm a huge believer in role models, and I hope to be one for younger generations or older generations, for my generation. If a little girl sees me that she's a brown girl and she's never seen a brown acrobat, then she's like, oh, I can actually do this. I might try it, you know? I want to inspire everybody and anybody that wants to get inspired. All of this for me is just, it comes with it, you know? It's like, I'm going in the front, and if you want to follow it, but the doors are open, the heart is open. Loving yourself the way you are, staying genuine, and like just being as open. It's a great rebellious act.
Run away with the circus without leaving home. Check out more videos from Circus Town, and please subscribe so you never miss a trick.